Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. The video that I'm putting together tonight, it's going to be a quick video. It's not going to be as long as some of my other videos. But I'm putting it together, and I wasn't even thinking about like a topic today. Well, I seen a video short this morning that was put out, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold on to that and try to incorporate that in one of my reactions with some other videos that I was, checking out. But then when I got home, okay, I go online, log into YouTube, and on my YouTube Studio, I have a notification that I actually I didn't like. Okay. And it's pertaining to a video that I put out back in August. Okay. If you read the thumbnail, you read the title, it's correct. This whole censorship campaign in America and throughout the world is being run by people that think that just because you try to suppress information or the truth, that it's still like it's going to blind people from seeing or seeking out the truth. Okay? No matter who is in charge with this whole censorship campaign worldwide, what they need to understand, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, the only way you are going to totally try to censor the truth, you would have to basically shut off the whole internet worldwide. That's every cell phone, every laptop. I mean, you might as well just shut Google down, shut down Chrome, whatever search engines you got, you might as well just shut off the whole world. Okay? Because as long as phone companies keep selling phones that have cameras, that let people get online, and that internet service is running, you're not going to silence the truth. Plain and simple. No matter how much you like it, or you'd like to, you're not going to do it. And no matter how much you don't like, when you do something that puts you on the spot, my advice is, well, maybe you shouldn't do it in the first place. And especially do it in front of the eyes of millions of people worldwide. Don't go after the little person that is trying to spread awareness or something like that. Go after yourselves. You're the ones doing the dirt. Okay? But as we know, okay, from what everybody knows worldwide, the left is basically just trying to control as much of the information highway as they can, even to the point of censoring people in other countries, regardless that in their countries, like here in the US, my constitutional right, my First Amendment right, is freedom of speech. My second constitutional right, okay, is to make sure that my freedom of speech is not infringed upon. And then it goes on and on and on. It's called the Declaration of Independence. Okay? It's called the Constitution. Okay? It's called my God-given right. Okay? As long as I don't put anybody in harm's way, as long as I don't scream fire in like a movie theater, as long as I don't make up lies and defame people like a lot of you people on the left like to do and keep doing, and you keep repeating it, thinking that the more you repeat it, it's going to become true. It's not going to become true any more than you could pull a unicorn out of your ass. Okay? Plain and simple. The lies you people spew and the censorship that you people try to control the rest of the masses with, it's no good. The only thing that's going to help you is if you stop and start putting out the truth and stop putting people in situations that they don't want to be a part of or be in. But since there's so many of you evil, wicked people out there, okay, that you think you just can control the planet and its people, you think that everybody is just going to fall lockstep like the sheep you have on your side. That's never going to happen. So get that through your head. It's not going to happen. Okay? So, with all that being said, this video is going to be on certain things about censorship, and then I'll get to the reason why I'm putting this video together. We're going to start here with a video that O'Keefe Media Group put out. Okay? And, you know, it's funny how back in July, when Donald Trump was almost assassinated, that Mark Zuckerberg had to do a little sit-down conversation saying how he idolized Trump for the strength that he showed. Okay? He then, in so many words, admitted, okay, how Twitter and Facebook, or whatever the case is, or mainly Facebook, had gotten into the middle of the political arena, and he said that he would not. He's not gonna take part in that again. Okay, that was then. This is now. Now this video was put out yesterday, as a matter of fact, by James O'Keefe. Okay, so let's see who James O'Keefe was able to get to talk, and let's see what this person has to talk about. Here we go.
Usually this information we saw was pro-Trump. We'll investigate, and then it goes up to another team to take it down.
Okay, so like the mainstream media does the job for you guys.
Basically.
Okay.
Meet Matthew Fowler, a software engineer at Meta. If you thought we...
Yeah, you heard that right. A software engineer at Meta. Who owns Meta? Okay.
just had one Meta insider come forward, think again. We're going to introduce you to a handful of other Meta subjects. Meta employees love our journalists. Let's introduce you to our next Meta subject, Michael Zurab. He too spoke about their efforts to censor conservatives, sharing that most fact checkers label conservative posts as false.
The vast majority of what fact checkers label as false is shared by conservatives. And so any policy that demotes content that is labeled false by fact checkers is going to disproportionately affect conservatives.
Now for our last subject of Playman Jailpov, who also holds the title of engineer at Meta, the Meta engineer reveals right-wing people on Meta are either censored or flagged as disinformation on their site.
Meta has the right to suppress anything.
Yeah, but it seems like they're biased if they do that.
So
Republicans. I personally don't care, but
Yeah.
that's what they think.
So do you guys actually suppress those crazy conspiracy right-wing people when they post just absolute garbage?
Like I said, I think it's it's either censored or it says a community note thing where it says this is disinformation, it's probably fake, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. Under.
Okay, I'm going to jump into this real quick because something else happened today. I don't know if I mentioned it, but earlier today, while I was at work, I was on my break fiddling through my phone, whatever, just answering messages to family and friends on Facebook. And somebody put out a meme that I had left, my opinion on. And within, I have to say, within 20 minutes, I believe, a notification came on that basically, I guess somebody took offense to it. And they wanted me to take it down. And they give you the option, do you want to leave it, whatever the case is, and I press yes, I'm leaving it. Plain and simple. This is the way I see it, okay? If you don't like my content, don't watch it. There are many people on social media whose content I despise, I think is disgusting, I think is downright evil and wicked. I don't watch it, okay? And I know these things because whenever I'm doing research and I'm going on different channels, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, Twitter, it doesn't matter, YouTube, I'll watch a couple of videos here and there to find out what this person is all about. And when I find out how just blatant, leftist, and disgusting that they are, I'm not going to waste my time with it. Okay? Because it's easy to get sucked into that and just get angry all day. But if you're going to go on my page, on my Facebook, okay, a comment that I left, okay, on another page that's open to the public, okay, you're going to come at me with all the garbage that is posted by people on the left on Facebook? It's still up. They get to say what they want to say. Now, if it's protocol that you're warning everybody on the right and on the left and whoever's indifferent, then I get it. Okay, fine. But I just think that this whole thing that, for Mark Zuckerberg to say a couple of months ago that he wasn't going to get involved into the political arena like he did the first time, I just don't see it. And now more of his people from Meta, okay, once again, get out of there, dog, sorry. Once again, get pretty much, how can I say, drawn in to drinking, a couple of glasses of wine with a pretty lady, and they just spill the beans. But let's continue.
If you thought we just had one Meta insider come forward, think again. We're going to introduce you to a handful of other Meta subjects who had plenty to say about Meta's censoring practices.
The news is going to do their job, and then based on what the outlets say, I'm sure they're going to basically...
Okay, so like the mainstream media does the job for you guys.
Basically.
Okay.
Meet Matthew Fowler, a software engineer at Meta.
Now, in case anybody thinks I'm not replaying it, well, I am replaying it. It's just that this is how James O'Keefe starts his videos. He'll start with a segment, and then he'll continue with the whole video, like starting from the beginning. So,
during an undercover date with our OMG journalist, Matthew Fowler reveals how Meta handles disinformation.
Usually the disinformation we saw was pro-Trump.
So let's say if they have like a dangerous rhetoric, right? I don't know, it's like some kind of, pro-Republican bullshit, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like they're saying like, oh, illegals are killing like and eating all the dogs and cats. So that's something that you guys investigate and you take that down.
So we don't take it down. We're like,
You investigate, sorry.
we'll investigate, and then it goes it's up to another team to take it down.
Fowler also expressed concern about Meta's political landscape, admitting, quote, pretty much everyone I know there is liberal.
I think like Meta is more...
Really? I would have never guessed.
Like, more democratic, more patriotic.
More people. Yeah, pretty much everyone.
I like the way she draws him in to make him say that more democratic, more patriotic. I've been hearing that from a lot of leftist content creators on different platforms, that they swear that they are so patriotic, okay, for what they're doing. They think they're being patriotic, okay, and I'm just going to throw it out there. These are people, okay, and one content creator, okay, in particular, okay, that thinks that being transgender and aborting babies and stuff like that's being patriotic. Okay? I mean, these liberals have turned this country, okay, on its ear, have turned the school system on its ear, have basically attacked anybody and everybody, okay, that does not agree with their way of life, with their agenda. Is vicious, but yet they say that they're on the right side of history and they're the patriotic ones for this country. If we left it up to them alone, I don't even have to explain, because everybody sees what's been going on just the past 3.5 years, never mind when Obama was president. But just think about that. Imagine this country being run the same way it's being run right now for another 10 years straight. We wouldn't have America. Plain and simple. So all you so-called liberals out there that think you're patriotic for all this chaos that you're causing, No, you're not. And you're definitely not on the right side of history.
There's liberal.
What is Zuck doing? Is he
Playing the game.
Do you think he's like distancing himself from like the Democrats?
I think he's distancing himself from everyone. He's trying to play the games based on
Don't think so.
who's going to win the election.
Now, let's introduce you to our next Meta subject, Michael Zurab. Zurab is a data scientist at Meta, and like his other Meta counterparts, he too spoke about their efforts to censor conservatives, sharing that most fact checkers label conservative posts as false.
The vast majority of what fact checkers label as false is shared by conservatives. And so any policy that like demotes content that is labeled false by fact checkers is going to disproportionately affect conservatives.
But why are they labeled as false? Is it because they're inherently false, or they are just the fact checkers have inherent biases?
I mean, it's probable. Like, I doubt the fact checkers are completely unbiased.
Zurab also shared to our OMG American Swiper that most fact checkers at Meta are liberal coated.
Would you say most of your fact checkers are like liberal?
I mean, they're like mainstream media, so I think that would be liberal coded. So the Hunter Biden story, the Hunter Biden laptop story is one example. And so apparently the like FBI, I think, like told told Meta, like, hey, there's this big story that's gonna release and the Russians are involved with it. And then like the next day, this Hunter Biden laptop story comes out in the New York Post. And so Meta like reduced the dissemination of that post on Facebook.
Yep.
Like through ranking, like we just downranked it.
Oh, I see.
So it just appeared on people's feeds less.
So the question is, can you really be a fact checker if you are liberal coated? Now for our last subject of Playman Jailpov, who also holds the title of engineer at Meta, he too decided to meet with an OMG American Swiper. Meta employees love our journalists. Quite fascinating. The Meta engineer reveals right-wing people on Meta are either censored or flagged as disinformation on their site.
Meta has the right to suppress anything.
Yeah, but it seems like they're biased if they do that.
So
Against Republicans.
He says it seems like they're biased if they do that. That's exactly what they do, and their biases have already been shown for many, many, many years. So, I mean, he can think whatever he wants, but yes, Facebook, Meta, and the rest, they are biased. Big time biased. And it's always that they're sticking up for people on the left. They're sticking up for their agenda. Everybody else that doesn't agree with them, okay, that's when all the labels come out. Okay, the fascists, the xenophobes, the homophobes, the racists, you name it, they bring it out. Okay? But yet when you go and you confront them, then they come out and, and just double down on that. Saying, you're just attacking because this is a woman, or this is someone who's gay, or someone who's black. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and it's just like, you expect me to think that, they're somewhat biased or whatever? No, they are 100% totally biased. Let's continue.
I personally don't care, but
Yeah.
it's a little thing.
But I mean, does Meta can Meta censor anyone?
I think they can because it's a private company.
So do you guys actually suppress those like crazy conspiracy right-wing people when they post like just absolute garbage?
Like I said, I think it's
Yeah.
like it's either censored or it says like a community note thing where it says like if this is disinformation, it's probably fake, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Under the post.
Now we're only a couple weeks from a presidential election. Here at OMG, we have just uncovered one of the most damning stories of 2024 regarding a social media company trying to sow influence on political discourse. If anything, we need to always hold those in power account, including the media, including the tech companies. If you're on the inside of these companies or inside the government, we urge you to speak out and shine a light on the corruption happening inside your company. Contact.
Exactly. I could leave the information when he says to contact, but you can see down here tips.o'keefemedia.com, o'keefemediagroup.com, stuff like that. You can't really see the phone number down here, but if you go on his video, you'll see all the information. But there you go. That's just one factor of the censorship that's going on. Okay? Which I just find totally disgusting. So, getting back to the reason why I put this video together, because I number one, I seen a video this morning. It was actually a short. And then when I got home to open up my computer, something else came up, which I was showing you, but I want to show you the short clip, okay, that got me rolling today to come home and say, you know what? Yeah, well, that part plus what I seen when I got home to say, you know what? I got to make this video because the censorship, especially now with the election being just a couple of weeks away, okay, and I said this a while ago, that the closer we get to election, the more it's going to ramp up, okay? The more censorship is going to be ramped up. And the thing about it is that they can't hide it anymore. Just the other night, 2 nights ago, when I did the video with Brett Baer and Kamala Harris, I mean, that right there, okay, was all her words, nothing edited, for the whole world to see, okay, or at least everybody in America, to show that, you know what, this woman, when she says that her administration will be nothing like Joe Biden's, yeah, that's probably because it's going to be a hell of a lot worse. Okay? But let's listen. If anybody remembers the presidential debate between her and Trump, one of the moderators from, I believe she's from MSNBC, she's actually, and the proof came out that she was actually one of her sorority sisters in college. You know, had anybody known that before the debate, I'm pretty sure it probably would have went a little different. But obviously here we are. But now she goes and tries to double down with Speaker Mike Johnson. Okay? And again, it'll just show you how these people on the left, they truly think that people are stupid. Okay, and one of the things that I noticed about people on the left and watching different content creators on different platforms, especially when they think they know so much, they talk fast, and when you go and spit out the facts, they'll talk over you, repeat the lie, and then say we're going to move on, and not giving a lot of people the chance to like stop them in their tracks. But this time, Mike Johnson said, no, I'm not having none of this bullshit. Check this out. This was the short that I seen, and it was put on by Policy Perspectives. You guys want to go on their channel, check them out. From what I've seen so far, they're pretty good, so maybe you show them some love or something like that if you like their content. But listen to the way, I can't even remember that woman's name, that news reporter. But and just so people know, I am not a Mike Johnson fan. I'm definitely not. Okay? But I will admit, on this one, he did do the right thing by speaking up for Trump. Check it out.
This is what happens when politicians start standing up to these so-called journalists.
Mr. Speaker, we should note that FEMA funds were actually redirected on Donald Trump's watch to deal with the migrant issue. Let me ask you, you mentioned the medical...
No, ma'am. No, wait a minute. No, that's a... Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, facts are important. That is a new program that started in 2020 under Joe Biden. That funding wasn't necessary under...
Okay. I'm going to stop real quick. It's not a long video, but now you heard what he said. Now she's trying to repeat it, okay, all over again, that this was part of also something that Trump did. He's over here stepping up for Trump and saying, no, it's not. This is something that was started under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Just like when Brett Baer was interviewing her, she tried to put the blame on Trump, saying that, oh, we're fixing his policies because this was something that Trump was doing, that FEMA, taking money from FEMA just to help our migrants. Once again, trying to double, triple, and quadruple down on the damn lie. Okay? And yet they're the first ones to point the finger at people saying, you're spreading disinformation, when they know for a fact what they're saying is lies. And what really gets me about this, okay, is that people's lives have been taken. Lives have been destroyed. Families have been destroyed. And these wicked-ass people still want to try and pass the buck to someone else, knowing that it's a damn lie.
Trump's administration, because we secured the border. We didn't invite illegal aliens and dangerous people into the country. That's a Biden-Harris policy, and everybody knows it.
Mr. Speaker, it did happen under Donald Trump's watch, but let me just...
Now you heard it, right? Trying to push it back in there again. Okay? Doubling down. this did happen under Donald Trump. After he just explained, no, it did not. She's going to try to move on to the next question, repeat the lie, and try to get to the next question so he doesn't answer. But this is what happens.
Speaker, it did happen under Donald Trump's watch. But let me just ask you about medical records since you raised them.
No, Kristen,
should Donald Trump release all of his medical records?
New account.
This is what happened.
There you go. He had to stop her again. No, you're not going to do this. This is a brand new account. This is something that Biden and Harris did. They did this. Don't try to go back because now everything has turned to shit and try to blame it on Donald Trump. Every single damn time the Democrats get called out, the left gets called out, and they know that they got that it's true that they got called out. Okay? Actually, I should say that they got called out on the truth. Right away is Trump's fault. How? Okay? You think people are actually stupid? Not saying that anybody has to listen to Mike Johnson, but if anybody was smart enough to go back, and do some research and say, wait a minute, when exactly did this come about? And then they'll find out the truth. But even then, okay, you're still going to have the shills on the left trying to say, no, it's not true. You don't know what you're reading. That was disinformation that was put out. That was a lie. That was a typo. That was this. That was that. It's ridiculous with these people. And it's just downright evil the way they keep trying to do this. Even in the face of people knowing that people have been killed because of their policies. And you know what? And I'll tell you something else. I could understand if they were doing the right paperwork to find out exactly which people came through the border. They had a date, a real name, a date, and say, you know what? That person came in 2018. Then you might have an argument. But since they don't do any kind of take down any notes like that or put down any kind of documentation like that, okay? And they leave open the fact that, you know what? We took away all of Trump's policies and the country was flooded. But then we come to find out that those people that committed crimes, they were let in at a certain time. How do you get away from that? How do you still try to tell the American people, okay, that it was Donald Trump that let them in? Because you didn't take no information from them when they were coming in. But since they committed crimes, and then the authorities got involved, and then they did a time frame on it, then they come out and say, well, wait a minute. This person came in 2020, 2021, 2022. But that's not the information you want the people to know. Okay? You want everything that has gone bad that you have done to make it seem like it's all Trump's fault. People are not stupid. Okay? They're just not. Now, with that being said, like I said, I watched this video earlier today. I said I'm going to try to incorporate this into one of my videos. I get home, I log in, I go onto YouTube, okay, and I'm going to pull it up. I get this pop-up about let me close this. I get this on my dashboard. It says important notification, okay, about a video that I put out, and it was back in August during the Olympics. Okay, so I click on it, and it's telling me that the video has been blocked. It took away my monetization. It's ineligible. Excuse me. And I'm like, well, what was wrong with the video? But it says that my channel, nothing, I didn't get no copyright strike, nothing is not affected. So when I start looking around, and I point on this right here, if you guys can read that, okay, it says the copyright owner, the International Olympics Committee, on behalf of IOC, okay, the live streams, the copyright owner is blocking in all territories. Why are they blocking it? Because this video I put out, and if anybody remembers the controversy, was about this person right here, the boxer, okay, if anybody remembers, beating up on a female, okay, and this wasn't even the main focus of the fight that people had complained about. It was a different fight, but this was another fight where this person went and 2 or 3 punches, as soon as the bell rang, that was it. The person, the lady, the girl in blue walked away. Like, I'm not gonna stand here and let this guy beat up on me. So not only are we getting censorship in America, okay, Paris is blocking all these videos. Okay, so now they're giving me an option to either delete that segment and let the video play and I'll get demonetized, but then in all honesty it just kills the whole video. So I'm just going to have to delete the video, which is fine. I'm going to delete the video. But before I delete the video, 2 things, okay? Fuck the Olympics, and Paris, you can kiss my ass. I'm an American. I live in America. I have freedom of speech. You want to go and lock everybody down and make it seem like they're your slaves and you want to censor them? We have our own damn problems here. Maybe you should have thought about letting this fiasco and putting together an Olympic, okay, game, okay, that insulted billions of people around the planet. Not millions, billions of people. And it started from the first moment you opened up until you ended the Olympics. And if it's still going on, it's probably a damn still a damn debacle anyway. Okay? Because this is just ridiculous. That here in America, okay, that we got people in other countries telling us what we can and cannot do. But yet, for the money, you let Americans compete and take part in the Olympics. But you're telling me I can't take no part of the Olympics that was recorded and put it back out there? Or is it because you're trying to hide and erase all these segments on boxing because you know you screwed up? You should have thought about that in the beginning. After so many doctors and trainers before this person competed in the Olympics, when they came out and said the reason why they didn't let this person compete in whatever games they had was because from all the tests that came back, all it showed that this person was a man. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So I'll delete the video, but the truth is out there. The only way you're going to stop the truth is by totally shutting off the internet worldwide. And that still won't stop the truth. Because as long as people are breathing and talking, this debacle, this Olympic, will definitely be repeated and talked about for the rest of time. Trust me, it will. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. And if you can help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and my merch store. Also, I'm leaving a link to Loza Alexander's Gifts and Go campaign. If you guys can help out in any way and or leave words of encouragement and prayer, it's all greatly appreciated. So remember, people, stay vigilant. Keep praying for each other. Keep praying for the women and the children. Pray for this country. Pray for your enemies. Pray for Donald Trump. And don't forget to get out there and vote. Peace.